It's Saturday, it's 3 o'clock, and we are live. Yeah. So, welcome to St Matthew and St Luke's family service. I think Esme wants to do dancing today.
Yeah.
You dancing in?
Yeah.
Off you go then. So, if this is your first time with us, a very special welcome. If you've watched a few of these, welcome as well. For those of you who don't know, I am Gordon. I am the social media monkey here at St Matthew and St Luke's Darlington. And this is
Esme.
Esme. And have you had a good week this week, Esme?
Yeah.
Yep. What's been your best bit this week?
Probably this morning when I went to go and ride my bike or go now.
You went out on your bike with your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can think of a better thing of good this week. What did you have for your lunch today?
Greg.
Greg's is open again.
Yay! Love Greg.
Yeah. And we hope you've had a good week as well. So our activity today, I thought we'd do something slightly different. Because often when we do church activities, we will say we are going to make a bracelet or a picture that looks like that. Or what else? We're going to make sheep.
Or paper boats.
Or we made paper boats, yeah. But what I thought we'd do is we would design something and everyone's would be different. Yeah. So I was inspired by Jeff and Vicky, who do all the stations on YouTube. I will put a link to their channel in the comments below after we've finished. And they did some really good craft activities earlier on in lockdown, didn't they? Yeah, they did all theirs based around trains and railways, yeah. And we're going to do a couple of things like that, all based around churches. Yeah. So for this week, what we're going to do is we're going to design our very own church. Yeah. So you'll need some paper. Yeah. I'll give you that. And you'll need some pens or crayons or pencils. Yeah. You might want to use a ruler so you get nice straight lines, and you need your imagination. So you can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can put pieces of paper together and do a big picture, or you could do little pictures. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to draw mine in pen, just so it's easier for people to see. And what are you going to draw yours in?
You might just...
There's a pencil there.
Yeah.
We'll put that to one side. So the first thing you need to think about is, where's your church going to be? Because that's going to make a difference to how you design it. Grab your pencil. Yeah. So is your church going to be in the middle of a city or a town? Is it going to be in a village? Or is it going to be in the middle of nowhere? Yeah. So I think I'm going to do one that's in a busy town. Where are you going to draw yours?
I think in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere, right. So, if your church is in a village or a small town or in the middle of nowhere, yeah, will it have a garden or will it be in a churchyard? Yeah. So this is anything. Yeah.
If you're in the middle of nowhere, you can have like as much data as you want.
Yeah. And you need to think of what shape it's going to be. So is it going to be a square? Will it be a rectangle? Will it be a circle? Will it be a hexagon? How many sides does a hexagon have?
Hexagon has about 5 or 6.
6 sides of a hexagon. What about an octagon?
8.
8 sides on an octagon, yeah. So these are the things you'll be thinking of, yeah. So I'm going to draw mine, and mine is going to be a rectangle. Yeah, but you can draw whatever shape you want. I think I might have made this a little bit too big, but never mind. Yeah, I'll do.
Right.
Yeah. So as you can see, I've got a rectangle. What have you got?
Another rectangle.
You've got a rectangle, but you've got more space around you to
Yeah.
put things in. Right. So, what we need to think about now is, where are people going to come in? So you need some doors.
So like I'm thinking like a big tower with a door.
Are you going to put a tower on yours, are you?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
a big
That's
door.
because some churches have towers, don't they?
Yeah.
So here in Darlington, St Cuthbert's has a tower, and Holy Trinity has a tower, and if you go to St John's, which is the one up by the train station, that's a massive tower. Yeah.
Like a tower.
Yeah. Also, you're yeah. So I'm going to put a door there, I think. So I'll mark that as a door. And I will put a door there. And I will have a door there.
I'm thinking emergency exit on there.
Yeah.
The other side.
Yeah, because you need to let people in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, like an emergency exit.
So, how are you getting on?
So I'm gonna go like a door there.
Right.
Then like
Now what we need to think about is, where are people going to sit? Yeah. Actually, what are we going to have in our church? So when you go into a church, what things do you see? So you tell me, I can write them down. So we need seats.
yeah.
Do we need an altar?
Yeah.
And what happens at the altar, do you know? That the altar is where the priest says the special prayers when we have communion, isn't it? Over the bread and the wine. And we will need a font.
Yeah.
And what happens in a font?
Baby get baptized.
People get baptised in fonts, don't they? And we need something called a vestry, where people can get changed for if they're in the choir. And we need, what else do you think you should have in a church?
Toilets.
Toilets. Toilets are always important. And where people get some coffee, I think that's important.
Nice coffee.
Yeah.
I've seen the coffee.
So, this is what we think we should need in a church. Yeah. You might have a different list, and if you, depending on where you put yours, you might have different things that you need. Yeah. So if you think I'm going to have a massive cathedral, you might want to have a bookshop and a gift shop for people. Yeah. So, and I think we should also have some separate rooms for different things.
Like a kitchen.
No, so you can have meetings, you can have smaller services where you have to use the whole building. Right then, so I will get a different ruler because I've dropped the other one. So I've gone from Frozen to Care Bears. Yeah, you can tell whose box stuff it is. And I am going to put a font in my church.
I'm thinking like front and back.
Yeah. So lots of fonts at the back of church.
Like.
Yeah. So when you come into a church, you're reminded about baptism. Yeah.
Just on
But
this
what I'm going to have a smaller bit of church. So I'm going to have a wall. Yeah. With lots of doors in. And then we can have this bit Yeah, so I have this bit here for people to meet and talk. Yeah, and they can have coffee and what have you. I've got a bit smaller bit here for prayers and
Like font there.
yeah. So I will put my font here, I think. So it's still in the church and people come in. Yeah, where do you put yours?
So by the exit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's good. And we need to have altar, we said, didn't we? So we can tick font.
something
Now the altar needs to be somewhere where everyone can see it, because
like
that's a really important part of the service.
thinking here. And popping seats like that.
So the altar's there.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I will put my altar here. I have a big altar, so you get lots of candles on it.
You could put like 1 or 2 candles on each side of the car.
Yeah. And what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a stage. Yeah. So you can have singers and people can see when people are talking. Yeah.
Like I'm just going to put like 2 little ones next to it.
And as you're doing this at home, you can have however you want it to be. Yeah.
One there so you can get some people on each side.
Yeah. And now we need to think about where people are going to sit.
So,
And so if the altar and the stage are going to be what people are looking at, yeah, I'm going to have my seats here.
Mine's just seats are going to go just down.
Yeah. So I'm going to put some lines there just so I know where my seats are.
Just going to do some long white triangles of pews and some chairs at the back.
Yeah. There's plenty of space all around for people. So we can tick off seats. Right then. I know I've made a mistake because I haven't put in space for a vestry for people to get changed. So I'm going to add an extension. It hasn't even been built and we're already extending the church. Always good that.
No. So I'm thinking like get a little door about here where you can go and get changed.
Yeah.
But just a little room here. Just do a
So
little door.
I will put
There's one vestry.
a vestry there. And then what I'm going to put in,
Like one vestry there.
I'm going to put a church office in. So we can have all of the Wi-Fi's. Yeah.
Okay, so next to it, I'm like behind this one of the stages. There's a door for the office. Well, basically, I can do it there, but like,
Yeah.
and then there's like a little corridor meeting room.
And because I've split this into 3, we could have meeting rooms.
We can. I'm thinking
Yeah.
a meeting room about behind here, so it all
Yeah.
links together as a separate room with little corridors.
Yeah, that's good. So you can take your time over this if you do it at home. You might want to do
Pardon me.
that's fine. You might want to do some pictures of the outside of your church. So what does it look like? Is it a new building or is it an old building? Yeah. Is it quite short or is it really big and tall? Yeah. So it's entirely up to you how you do it, and hopefully you'll be able to share your pictures with us so we can see what different people have come up with Yeah. So we need to have a story, don't we? So one day, and we've told this story before, yeah, Jesus is talking to his friends about building, yeah, about how important it is that when we build things, so we're building churches, or you might be building a house or a model, it's important to get the foundations right. Yeah. So Jesus is saying, there was once a man, yeah, who built his house on rock. Yeah. And the rains came down. Yeah, remember we sang a song about this?
Yeah.
And the floods came up. Yeah. And the house on that rock stood firm. Yeah. But there was another man. And this man was foolish. He built his house on sand. Yeah. And the rains came down. And the floods came up. And what happened to the house?
Went flat.
The house on the sand fell flat. And that's how we are with God. If we put our foundations and our trust in God, yeah, what we build becomes strong. Yeah. But when we decide that we know best and we can do what we want, yeah, then the foundations aren't very strong. Yeah. So should we have a prayer?
Yeah.
Dear God, we thank you for your church. We pray that we may build our lives on your strong foundations. We pray for all those who are worried at this time. And we pray for each other. Amen. So, next week we're going to still be making things for churches, but we're going to be making stained glass windows. Yeah, so you go to a church, lots of churches have stained glass windows, don't they? Yeah. So that's what we're going to be making next week. And don't forget, if you don't already like our Facebook page or follow us on Facebook, please do so. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Church is reopened for public worship tomorrow. Yeah, so it's a strange time, but it's an exciting time at the same time. Yeah. And if you live in Darlington, we are open at 11 o'clock tomorrow for our morning worship. So should we sing a song?
Yeah.
Are you going to dance again?
Yeah.
Yeah. You move your chair out the way?
Yeah.
I'll have a slurp of coffee. Don't take it too far. Right. So this song is I'm building a people of power and I'm making a people of praise that will move through this land by my spirit and will glorify my precious name. Yeah. And build your church, Lord. Make us strong, Lord. Join our hearts, Lord, through your Son. Make us one, Lord, in your body, in the kingdom of your Son. Yeah. And you're going to do your free-form dancing again? Yeah. Okay. For I'm building a people of power, and I'm making a people of praise, that will move through this land by my spirit, and will glorify my precious name. Build your church, Lord, make us strong, Lord, join our hearts, Lord, through your Son. Make us one, Lord, in your body, in the kingdom of your Son. Should we sing that again?
Yeah.
For I'm building a people of power, and I'm making a people of praise, that will move through this land by my spirit, and will glorify my precious name. Build your church, Lord, make us strong, Lord, Join our hearts, Lord, through your Son. Make us one, Lord, in your body, in the kingdom of your Son. Yeah, you like that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. So shall we sing the chorus again while you go turn the camera off?
Yeah.
And we hope you have a good week. We hope you have a safe week, and that you will join us again next week. Yeah. So build your church, Lord. Make us strong, Lord. Join our hearts, Lord, through your Son. Make us one, Lord, in your body, in the kingdom of your Son. Bye.
Bye.